Renault travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Renault is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Renault is a...
Did former President Trump, did he foresee what's currently going on in Russia, especially with Russia and Ukraine? There's a video I want you to watch. Just watch this video. I mean, it certainly looks like that to me. But I just want you to watch it and then you make up your own mind. Now, a number of you might have some negative impression of Trump. Now, don't look at the messenger, look at the message. See, too often we have allowed ourselves to see this world from a CNN perspective. That's why I hardly watch CNN and Fox News. I try to balance news by getting my news from as many sources by myself, and then being objective. Because if too many people are seeing this world from a CNN perspective, they've surrendered their thinking to CNN, and it's actually affecting us because we are being led by the nose by the mainstream media. We cannot have peace by being too eager for peace in this world. We cannot have peace by being too eager for peace. Sometimes, you have to be willing to pick up your own gun to get your enemy or to get a madman to put down his own gun. Like if you want peace and you begin to make concessions because you're so eager for peace, you remember you're dealing with people who do not have some of the same principles, some of the same religious principles, moral principles as you. And these people might see your concessions as weakness. And when a dog smells weakness, it will attack. And so the best way to have peace is by being so prepared for war that your enemy knows that if he comes to fight you, you will defeat him, or at the very, very worst, there will be mutually assured destruction. And so I think under President Biden, there's been such an unwillingness, to fight. And when you have an unwillingness to fight, that is when war actually comes to your doorstep. Because the best peace is a peace through strength. When you're so strong that everybody around you knows the consequences that will come if they come at you. And you see what happened in Afghanistan. That it just projected to the world. It projected to dictatorial, totalitarian leaders all around the world that the United States is not prepared to fight. And so that is now making them want to fight. A lot of people, when they hear this, they think that, oh, so you want America to fight? No. America does not have to fight. America just has to be ready to fight. That alone is enough deterrent to people like Putin, like Kim Jong-un, and to China and other people that might want to take advantage, because you have to understand that a lot of these people want to supplant the United States as the superpower of the world, and they want a unipolar world where they are just the ones, the single power. And no matter how bad some of you may think the United States is, I think it's the greatest country in the world because it's welcoming to everybody. Every segment of human society is represented there. To me, it's the greatest country in the world. But let's even look beyond this and let's watch this video. Let's see what Trump says and let's see whether what he said is true with the benefit of hindsight and whether he foresaw what was coming. So I encourage you now, watch this video and see if what Trump said was true.
I think it's very sad when Germany makes a massive oil and gas deal with Russia, where you're supposed to be guarding against Russia, and Germany goes out and pays billions and billions of dollars a year to Russia. So we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting all of these countries, and then numerous of the countries go out and make a pipeline deal with Russia, where they're paying billions of dollars into the coffers of Russia. So we're supposed to protect you against Russia, but they're paying billions of dollars to Russia, and I think that's very inappropriate. And the former chancellor of Germany is the head of the pipeline company that's supplying the gas. Ultimately, Germany will have almost 70% of their country controlled by Russia with natural gas. So you tell me, is that appropriate? I mean, I've been complaining about this from the time I got in. It should have never been allowed to have happened. But Germany is totally controlled by Russia. because they were getting from 60 to 70% of their energy from Russia and a new pipeline. And you tell me if that's appropriate, because I think it's not. And I think it's a very bad thing for NATO, and I don't think it should have happened. And I think we have to talk to Germany about it. On top of that, Germany is just paying a little bit over 1%, whereas the United States, in actual numbers, is paying 4.2% of a much larger GDP. So I think that's inappropriate also. You know, we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting everybody, and yet we're paying a lot of money to protect. Now, this has been going on for decades. This has been brought up by other presidents, but other presidents never did anything about it because I don't think they understood it or they just didn't want to get involved. But I have to bring it up because I think it's very unfair to our country. It's very unfair to our taxpayer. And I think that these countries have to step it up, not over a 10-year period. They have to step it up immediately. Germany is a rich country. They talk about they're going to increase it a tiny bit by 2030. Well, they could increase it immediately tomorrow and have no problem. I don't think it's fair to the United States. So we're going to have to do something because we're not going to put up with it. We can't put up with it. And